going on, man?
Back for our second episode here.
Yes, sir.
In fantasy football and you're live with effing dudes.
Effing dudes, my boys.
So as we said, we're this week we're gonna or this episode we're gonna talk about is the quarterbacks.
That's right, champ. That's what we're gonna do, man. We forgot to introduce ourselves.
Oh,
ask my boy champ. It's your boy Ink. Let's
What
get going into the quarterbacks.
What it do?
Yeah.
So we're gonna give our top fives. Like if these guys are there, you gotta take them.
Yeah.
You know, after 5, like 6 and up, then it's basically, you know, if you're in need of quarterback, then you know.
Me typically though, I like playing keep away. In fantasy football, I always like playing keep away. So that's always been a strategy of mine. Sometimes it works, other times not so well. So take it at your own risk, brothers.
Exactly. Me, I look at the schedule. You know, even though I don't like some of these guys, I definitely try to see who has the weaker schedule, of course.
For sure.
So
that always comes into play.
Big time. So I guess we'll just get started. Of the first quarterback for me, I don't think this is debatable in many leagues. It's going to be Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Lamar Jackson.
That dude, he racked up over 420 points in fantasy football in 15 games, too. That dude.
He averaged 28 points. And that's because he runs with his legs. And he was very accurate. We have the stat sheets right here. And let me Jackson, I mean, he only threw 6 interceptions. And he threw 36 touchdowns. That should tell you a whole lot already.
Yeah, it's 66% completion rating.
So pretty up there, you know, considering that this was just the second year. So who knows if teams figured him out this year.
I'm just excited to see that core over there with Hollywood Brown over there, see how that goes. That tight end, Mark Andrews actually came through for him, started coming about, and then see how, Ingram, of course, he does his thing also over there. Maybe he can come out of the backfield, a little dink, check down.
I was pretty
there.
Yeah, I was pretty upset though when they took Andrews out of the equation in midseason, right? So he got lost in the shuffle. I think to a certain extent I blamed Lamar for that. I know a lot of people had him as their tight end, and he was going off because last year, man, it was rough for tight ends.
Yeah,
rough.
Trust me, I found out the hard way, so.
Me too. I had Ertz as my tight end. I thought he was going to go off. He only averaged me like 5 points. But anywho.
No. But don't talk about that dude. Well, he's a beast. Don't get me wrong. He's a beast.
He is.
It's just.
Yeah, it's just the nature of the business. You never know what you're going to get within these years.
Rough season for him.
So looking at Baltimore here, you see their first game, it's kind of tough because Lamar actually struggles with Cleveland. It's weird.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett, has his number. So, I mean, who knows? Myles, may get that helmet and just whack Lamar.
Smack some sense into him, huh?
Yeah. After that, to be honest, I'm looking at the schedule here. It's kind of easy for Lamar because you have Houston and J.J. Watt. I mean, he's getting up there, and they got rid of Clowney. So,
well, right now Clowney's a free agent, so I mean, I don't know where's he going.
Yeah, I doubt he's gonna go back to Houston though.
Yeah,
so,
but he's trying to get paid. Yeah. And who has that cash? Who has that cash for him?
Houston.
But that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, exactly. After that, Baltimore has KC. That's formidable.
That's going to be a great matchup. Yeah. AFC Championship match right there. That's going to be great. Should be fireworks right there on that one. So I'm excited for that game.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, it's all easy, bro. They got Washington, Cincinnati, Philadelphia.
They're playing the NFC East. Huh?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, boy.
Then you got Pittsburgh. I mean, Pittsburgh maybe because they're a divisional rival. They can maybe slow down Lamar, but he's gonna have his day. After that, they have a bye week. Then they got New England couldn't stop them for nothing. New England doesn't have any pass rushers. They got corners, they got safeties, but at pass rusher, I don't think New England has anybody. Then they got Tennessee. Like I said, they just got rid of Casey.
But Tennessee's for real.
No, they are for real. I mean, but they got rid of their heart and soul. In Casey, he's in Denver now, which I'm happy.
We'll see about that.
Yes.
Like I said.
And then they got again Pittsburgh, Dallas, Cleveland, Jacksonville, New York Giants, and then Cincinnati to finish off the year. So it's safe to say that they're going to have a pretty not easy year, I guess you could say, because you never know one of
Anything
these teams
can
could
happen.
rise. Anything can happen in the
Yeah,
NFL.
for sure.
But on paper, it looks like Lamar Jackson is number one to go with. And
you got to go number one, Lamar Jackson.
Number one.
There's no way.
And then, so we gave you the reasons. He was pretty accurate last year. How many sacks did he actually take? He didn't take a lot, did he?
Not really necessarily. He took 23 sacks.
23 sacks. That's not bad, considering a lot of other quarterbacks averaged above that.
Mm-hmm.
The next quarterback that took the least sacks was who? Was Drew Brees.
Yeah,
Who?
but Drew Brees with 11 games.
Yeah. He balled out for 11 games, though. Drew Brees. If you look at his stats, he averaged 20 points. So, it's decent. Not Lamar Jackson crazy numbers, because nobody's ever seen Lamar numbers. Lamar ruined many leagues.
Yeah, he did.
Because who would have ever thought he was going to be that good?
He actually cost me also my playoff fantasy football league as well. So, once they were out, it completely shut me down.
I'm lucky that I think one guy actually had Mark Andrews in my league, and he had a bunch of other players, but Lamar was just hogging it so good that I was like, hey, you lost. You lost. So, at number 2, it's tough at number 2. A lot of people will say Patty Mahomes.
My homeboy.
But I would also say you can take Russell Wilson. That's just my opinion. The way
Debatable.
Yeah, this is my list once again. So if you guys, I think, because if you looked at last year's games with Patty, he choked when he played a primetime football. If you really look at it.
You must have missed the Super Bowl. You must have, right? The fourth quarter.
Look, who's going to choke it, Patty or Shanahan? I mean, the man who
28-3?
28-3. 28-3. That's all I got to say. I think we know who really cost that game. Have you guys ever noticed, once the KC, they won the Super Bowl, everything just went to the Madden curse? It said, you know what? Patty, you broke it.
Well, speaking of the Madden curse and all that, Lamar Jackson was just announced as the 20.
Oh, that's
21
right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Well, who knows?
Who?
Maybe Patrick Mahomes. Yeah.
Maybe Patrick Mahomes broke the curse, guys. That's what was being talked about. And I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
But the curse doesn't always kick in during the regular season. It's sometimes a postseason thing.
Or he can get injured.
Or he can. So
normally what it's always been an injury, or they don't perform up to par. But it's
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, Patrick Mahomes. He took care of business last year. He came out the Super Bowl MVP. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. So.
Me personally, I would go with number 2 with Patrick Mahomes. My homeboy.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, not debating it.
Yeah.
Nope.
The only reason I'd say that, I think he got a little bit better receiving core than
that is true.
Wilson.
That is
true.
Wilson. Very true. What I'm very upset about Seattle, that Pete Carroll still hasn't, obviously gone through the draft or free agency, is not giving Russ a tight end.
That's just
Yeah, because in KC, I mean, I don't think Kelsey is the best run block tight end. Hold on, but I think he is the best.
That's a conversation for another day, right there. Yeah. I got a lot to say about Travis Kelce.
Yeah, he's the best route runner tight end by far, hands down. Scary.
He's the best tight end period in the NFL.
Yeah, debatable.
My eyes.
Debatable. Gronk is coming back.
Definitely.
Gronk is coming back. Who? So, like I said, I wouldn't debate if anybody takes Pat at 2, but definitely Russ still made chicken salad, with what he had. Yeah, and the DK, I mean, he's coming up.
DK Metcalf is coming up. They actually picked up also Greg Olsen as a tight end. I mean, he's old.
Yeah.
But still, he's sure hands. I mean, he won't give you that much production, but
good old reliable.
Yeah, he's a safety blanket for him right there.
Yeah, because I mean, Russ still. I mean, the sheet right here. He still went off, man. He had 31 touchdowns to 5 interceptions.
That's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. And considering, like I say, the fact that he has no O-line, no running back.
48 sacks, yeah.
No running back, no O-line, no tight end. He only had a rookie receiver, maybe with Lockett. Lockett put in some work. He was a
Lockett did damage. Lockett did, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't know what's going on over there, Seattle. I mean, they have the franchise quarterback, and he is so accurate, man. So accurate.
They need somebody else up there to help out Lockett to,
Yeah.
Let him help him get open over there. If they can't do that, then, they're always going to try to double team Lockett and then.
Yeah, man. Seattle has always had good receivers, but they never had anybody to complement. Only when Lynch was there. When Marshawn was in his prime, bro, who are you going to guard? You get what I'm saying? That's why they made the 2 Super Bowl runs. Lynch was in his prime, was bulldozing everybody, you know? He looked like he was a cheat sheet out there, man.
I love that call by Pete Carroll, by the way, at the 1 yard line.
Yes. Oh, man.
So mine would go Patrick Mahomes, number 2, Russell Wilson, number 3.
Yeah, I'm not debating it. Like I said, if Patty ain't there at number 2, take Wilson at number 3. And then my number 4 is the bad man himself, as Stephen A. Smith calls him, Aaron Rodgers. That's my number 4. Because he actually did really good. I mean, considering that he was in a new system, 26 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. And on top of that, like we talked on the last podcast, they disrespected my man, you know?
They definitely did disrespect
They disrespect him. So
he's out looking for blood. I could see him looking out for blood.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be a madman. So if he's on number 4, definitely cop him. I would. Because once again, on the first-year system, he had 26 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Now, give that the O-line isn't great, but what we see when Aaron Rodgers is pissed, you know, he's the silent assassin in my eyes.
I'm not too sold on him at number 4 just because his receiving core is Devontae Adams. After that, who is it? Lazard. You got Alan Lazard. Mm-hmm. You got Devin Funches after that. I mean, Aaron Jones from the backfield. I mean, that to me doesn't scare me as much as anybody else, as opposed to my number 4. Mm-hmm. As much as I hate to say this, my number 4 pick would be Dak Prescott.
The Dak attack, yes.
Dak Prescott, number 4 right there.
Yes. I was waiting for that. I knew you had to put your pride aside. I know my boy wants $40 million.
He is out of his mind for asking for 40. Are you freaking kidding me? With the cap's going to go down and then you're asking for 40 million? Nah, man. Take that. Sign that franchise tag. Take your 31, 32, whatever you want for right now. Bet it on yourself. Beat Green Bay when it matters the most in the playoffs. Don't beat them regular season. Beat them in the and when it matters the most. In the playoffs, you beat them, I'll think about 40 million. Outside of that, I don't see you going over 25 mil. You must be out your goddamn mind if you think you deserve over 35. Hell to the no.
On top of that,
especially when you're not clutch. Show me your clutch. You're going to tell me you beat Seattle, 1 playoff win, and you beat Seattle. Ooh, that's nothing to me. You got to beat Green Bay because Aaron Rodgers went into Jerry World and he tore a new one into you with no receivers. None. Zero.
He said, this spot is vacant. I'm going to take it.
You don't deserve that money, Dak. Prove it.
Yes.
Outside of that, shut up. Your agent needs to shut up. Yeah. Put in the work.
Yeah. I mean, it goes to my list. I have Dak at 5. 5 or 6. No, it's fine. I loved it.
That got me fired. That got me fired up right there.
But I definitely do have Dak at 5 or 6 because, once again, if we're talking about fantasy points, he definitely averaged 20 points, 20 points a game. You know, that's not that bad. And we strayed away from the schedule, but let me see. Let me pull up the schedule for the Dallas Cowboys.
We're going through we got the NFC East, so we see the Giants twice. We see Philly twice. Yeah. We see the Redskins twice. So that's right there. We should go 6-0 right there.
You guys are playing against Atlanta. I mean, who do they have in Atlanta at cornerback position, especially that you guys drafted? What was his name? He was one of the studs.
Oh, they missed. What was it? That Xavier kid. Shoot, I can't remember.
Yeah, anyway. I mean, you guys drafted one of the top five wide receivers. So I mean,
CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. That's part of our receiving core right there. Cooper, Lamb, Gallup right there. Mm-hmm. Good receive. We have great offensive weapons. We've always been able to build something great on the offensive. Mm-hmm. It's just defensive. It's just, you got Byron Jones over there. You got the Wolf over there. Van Der Esch. You got DeMarcus Lawrence over there. You guys got to help out in the secondary. That's what we needed the most. And apparently we can't even do that correctly, Jerry. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas, since the longest, I think they've needed one
secondary. We've always needed secondary help.
But 2, they needed depth at the linebacker position. So,
but our linebackers are good with Byron Jones and Leighton Vander Esch. In my opinion, those are the best 1-2 combo punch out there.
Yeah, Dallas is beefy up front and in the middle. But anyways, we're talking about quarterbacks here. We'll later on go in depth with every single team, like what they should have done.
So your number 5 would have what?
Dak attack. Yes,
so
sir.
My number 5 right here. This is where I get a little crazy right here, and I put off Deshaun Watson right here as my number 5. Even though I feel like I'm probably reaching a little bit. It's just
that's a heavy
Deshaun Watson can actually, he creates his own plays. He runs around, he scrambles to make sure that he lets his receivers, run their full routes, and he can actually,
I will say that
make his own plays
he
and all
is
that.
Very
and
clutch.
he did pick up Cooks, Brandon Cooks over there. He picked him up, although he is a little injury prone, but still, they have who else they got over there? They got let me grab my paperwork. They got Cooks. Will Fuller is a vertical threat. Always been a vertical threat.
Yeah, but you can't be in the league for.
Here is where I think a lot of people might fall asleep on Watson.
How so?
And I'll tell you this right now.
Mm-hmm.
We forgot about him too.
Who?
Mr. DJ. David Johnson coming out the backfield.
Oh, that's right.
We forgot all about him. We put no respect in his name.
Respect on the man.
Since he was hurt. He was hurt last season.
He was. And what pisses me off mostly about Arizona is that they don't support any of their their quarterbacks.
They don't.
Their running backs with the O-line. I mean, the only reason they're winning is because Kyle is shifty. If he wasn't shifty, bro, I promise you he would have been another Rosen. Because Rosen got sacked how many times? I think the stat was crazy in his rookie
Don't go
year.
reminding me about him, man. I was so high on him over that UCLA, and then he comes out and it's just I was all high and mighty, the chosen one, the chosen one, the chosen one, chosen one.
He could have done it. He could have done it, but let's be honest, Arizona it's a really crappy team to be on. I mean,
they're up and coming, especially they have a good start with Murray, but we'll get that going in a few. So my 5 right there, is Watson.
That's crazy. I mean, it's because, well, they're gonna play against KC the first game, which is gonna be. I think it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a rematch.
Should be a good game.
Yeah, and after let me see. After that, they got Baltimore, a good secondary core over there.
Watson comes to ball in big games. I've noticed that he comes to ball.
Yeah, he's very clutch.
He can never get over that major hump come playoff time. But in the regular season, when it comes time to actually get sick with it, he comes out and he balls. He balls out.
Who do you have controlling the front office now, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. So kindergarten can control that front office better than what's going on over there.
I don't know what Bill O'Brien is thinking, man. Deshaun Watson.
I don't even know how he has a job. How does he have a job after he let the best wide receiver go?
Yep.
Just like that.
That's true.
For peanuts. Dude, I could have pulled out lint and pulled up D-Hops for that.
They could have definitely. I think they could have gotten a first round and a couple of thirds here and there.
Definitely a first rounder. Maybe possibly a second round out of that too. Mm-hmm. But
and on top of that, you trade for, you're taking away Johnson because I don't even think Arizona wanted him after I told you they found Drizzy.
Drake. Yeah.
So, that just showed you where their priorities were, that they were planning to get rid of him. They paid Drake. So,
that's how DJ knew he was his time.
Yeah. I wouldn't argue with you at that position. You have him at 5, you said, right?
Yeah, I got that one at 5.
My 6 would go with Allen from Buffalo. Yeah, especially now that he has all those wide receivers over with him, Brown, Diggs. I think they got a stud running back now.
They're running. Yeah, I
don't know his name, but
is it Singletary?
I don't know. I don't really follow them like that, but I know they have they got some more courses.
They got a nice nucleus over there. They got going on,
and their defense, bro. There's not big names in that defense.
That defense, they look out for one another right there. That's I give it up to that defense. Yeah. Buffalo, your defense.
Yeah,
I applaud you on that one. Your defense is starting to come through. I remember when you guys were, not gonna lie, you guys were the laughing stock for quite some time. But that defense has actually stepped up and actually put you guys out there now on blast.
Yeah,
they're starting to know now that Buffalo ain't, Bills Mafia is ready to roll.
Yeah. So I hope Allen takes those steps because there are those moments where he still doesn't show kind of that above average quarterback.
Well, see, that's why it was his rookie season, right?
No, last year was his second year. No?
Second year.
It's not bad because most of these quarterbacks they don't come unto themselves until their 4th or 5th year. Mm-hmm. That's what we as fans tend to forget as well. that we get so frustrated within the first couple of years and we don't let development happen.
You're expecting to find a Patrick Mahomes, a Lamar Jackson right away. No. You're never going to be able to. Those are just like they just lucked out. They panned out for them.
Yeah. And the thing about Patty Mahomes, I'm sorry, I know we're getting away from fantasy a little bit, and we're more into development, but Patty Mahomes sat behind a slightly above average quarterback in Alex Smith.
He was more of a game manager there. He was in the right system. Mm-hmm. He had a right fit with Andy Reid. Andy Reid knew what he was doing. He knew what he was capable of doing, and he nurtured him the right way.
Exactly.
And Andy Reid, to me,
yeah, dude,
he's the QB whisperer.
Yeah, I'm actually glad that Andy finally got a Super Bowl because if he didn't get it this year, bro, then he was just
Big Red. You deserve that ring.
Yes,
you
sir.
definitely deserve that one. So
even though I don't like the organization you're with, but whatever.
So for your 6, you got Allen.
I got Allen. Yeah, I got him taking a big step.
Mm-hmm. My 6 would have been. This is where I see Aaron Rodgers right here.
Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I'm not mad at it.
And just like you said, exactly like we talked about, he's coming in here looking for blood. He's that big shark out there that not a lot of people still think that because they drafted Jordan Love over there as a backup quarterback to him. That's how Brett Favre was done. So he's thinking possibly that's how he can get done too. Mm-hmm. They can just out of nowhere just say, you know what, we'll pick up, we'll leave you, and thank you for everything. We'll catch you later. And so he's gonna come out with a mission like that, dude. Sometimes I feel. If Jesus loved the team, it's got to be Green Bay because that dude, his Hail Marys get answered every time I see him. He just closes his eye, throw the ball up there, and somehow somebody catches it.
And you know what's funny? Every time you see a close-up of his face, it's like, it's just serious. And he's like, man, I do this all the time.
Like it's just a normal day at the office. What he just do? You throw a 60-yard bomb Hail Mary at the gun, and all of a sudden, there you go. You win.
Hopefully, it's because the Green Bay schedule is also like debatable, so I could definitely see why you say 6. Because they got Minnesota, but they got rid of Xavier, right? They got rid of the corner depth. Detroit, once again, man, who scares you on Detroit, bro? New Orleans, they don't got a defensive back unit.
Like I said,
it's just years. So I think Rodgers is definitely going to be, have his eyes set up on like, I'm going to destroy everybody. I don't care who you are.
And that's where I see him right there. That's a perfect spot for him. Yeah. And it gives you, your enough time to actually, if you want, one of those high caliber quarterbacks out there that you're looking for high performance, or looking for those, those big chunk of points that you're always going to be looking for in fantasy football. Russell, you got Lamar Jackson and all that already went up. Rodgers will be able to do that. He can actually come through he's clutch.
Yeah, the most I think, this is probably a bold prediction, but the least points I think Rodgers will get you is 17 points. The very least.
I think
the least is what I'm saying.
Should be.
Because they're also playing San Fran, and you know how they did over there. Yeah, San Fran definitely had give me some chon chon.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Basically.
So, but who knows? Like I said, the man may be on a mission. And at number 7, I have Deshaun. For you, 7 was Rodgers. Is that what you said, or 6?
No, 6 was Rodgers. 6 was number
Rodgers.
7 for me. This is where.
Oh yeah, 6. I said Allen. Sorry.
This is where I start seeing now Kyle Murray right here. Where I start seeing this is where I'm gonna throw a shot at him.
Risky.
He okay. You can say risky, but this is where he can actually play. He can scramble out of the pocket. He'll take care of business. He has already a Hall of Famer in Fitzgerald over there that's on one side. And then on the other side, you have DeAndre Hopkins, dude. You cannot go wrong with that.
No, you know what? I forgot that I was going to.
You got also Christian Kirk over there.
Yeah, Christian Kirk is on the come up, man.
He balled out.
Yeah, that is
Nobody
true.
knew him. I didn't even know who he was. And then out of nowhere, he came out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
And then not only that, with Drake also right there in the backfield,
they're very shifty. Like they are what I consider a true West Coast team. If that makes any sense, they're just very fast. And then Hopkins takes if you want him to run down the field,
that dude probably has one of the best double moves I've ever seen.
Yeah. So you could Kirk and Big Larry. Obviously, they could take the in routes, the out routes, the short passes, and then you got to guard them. That receiving core has the best hands in football right now.
They do.
The best.
And it's
hands.
like pick your poison. Who do you want to lose to? Who do you want him to throw the ball to at the game?
Yeah, and on top of that, you got to worry about the backfield. Once again, we're talking about Drake.
Yeah.
That man, I mean, Miami is weird, bro. Like, I don't they
Players
have so
leave
much
and then they become way better.
And then their backup player in Miami becomes a stud. Like I don't
Yeah, I'm still
Miami.
trying to grasp that concept, but I just can't.
Yeah, so we're just gonna take a tiny break right now, and then we'll be back to finish off our list of our top 10 quarterbacks.
See you guys in a few.
See you in a few. All right, so we're back now with the second half. We just had to take a little break, vent a little bit. So we left off talking about Kyle Murray, that Arizona core. And I'm not mad. I hope Kyle has a really good career.
I do too.
But let's see if we talked about that sophomore slump.
Yeah.
So a lot of cats that I've noticed when they come on their first year, they're balling. You don't know how to stop them. And then the second year, a team figures you out. That's all it takes. It takes one team. You know? And it's like I said, I go back to Lamar Jackson as a perfect example. Cleveland stops him all the time. I just don't know why other teams can't adapt to that.
Like I said, we'll see what happens when they come about this season. Yeah. A lot of things are going to be, hopefully this year can bring about a lot of different changes, or who knows, maybe.
Yeah. Because, I mean, even towards the end of the year, Tennessee, man, like, they gave me the goosies when I watched them play against Baltimore, how they shut them down. I mean.
Like I said, yeah, I don't even want to talk about that because that one actually cost me a lot. And,
yes.
You guys already know. You guys, the ones that know already in the fantasy football league, you already know what it is.
And if you don't know, now you know. So, I mean, if once again, we stray away a lot from the schedule, but we'll talk about Arizona's schedule right now. The first game is tough, man.
They're in the NFC West.
They got the Niners, week 1.
They're in the NFC West, so that's...
How did he do with the Niners?
I mean, I think he did decent.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay too much attention to him. Like I said, I didn't really see him too much or any of that, but I know he started... When I started catching wind of him, that was more towards the end of the season when he was actually performing well.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's when I started noticing more about Christian Kirk and all that.
Yeah.
And Drake was coming out more from...
Yeah.
I've been a big fan of Larry Fitzgerald. God bless that man.
Larry.
That dude.
I mean, he deserves
huge
his
fan,
ring, bro.
Yeah,
I'm so disappointed he doesn't have it yet.
Yeah, so hoping he gets his one.
Yeah, and looking at the schedule, actually, you wouldn't go wrong with him because they have Washington after that, Detroit, Carolina, the Jets, Dallas, Seattle, Miami. I mean, I'm just naming teams that don't really have corners. You know, it gets tough when they play Buffalo, New England, the Ramsey. I mean, I guess you guys want to consider them elite. Then they got the Giants. You definitely don't got no one over there. Philadelphia, they haven't been the same since their Super Bowl run at the defensive back position.
We don't speak of that one either.
Oh, I'll speak of it later.
Yeah.
and then to finish off the year, it's gonna be San Fran and the Rams. So I mean, all in all, in between a safe blanket. Once again, once we get to these picks, it's the safe blanket, and I will, I wouldn't disagree with you picking.
It's just like I said, we got different perspectives on certain aspects of how quarterbacks and all that, and then like I said, this is just how I see it, how I can see everything coming about, and now that he has a better wide receiver core with DeAndre Hopkins, now it's going to open up more of the receivers like Fitzgerald. You're just going to be able to get paid. Christian Kirk's going to get paid. Drake's going to get paid. Just adding DeAndre Hopkins is definitely going to help that whole team out big time. He just made that team like.
Yeah, and Kyle, like I said, Kyle with his legs, man, has definitely helped that old line.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. And I already said my number 7, Watson. We went over him. I don't need to go into detail. At number 8, I have the big dog, Ryan Tannehill. That's the big dog for me.
Big dog, huh?
Big dog. He only played 12 games, all right? 12 games, and then he threw for 22 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Not that bad. And if you look at his fantasy points, he averaged about, let me look right here. He averaged about 19, close to 20. So the fact that he came in, what was it, week 6 or week 7? It was during the Denver game because we obviously saw what Mariota did. And who? That man never impressed me, Mariota. Let me just say that. He never.
I loved him at Oregon, but after that, I was hoping he would pan out. It
after
never
that,
came through.
the actual duck followed him.
Basically,
the actual duck followed him. He
just started throwing ducks.
He took it literal. So I would have Tannehill at number 8, and especially because once again we go back to our last conversation, which was the running back. Derrick Henry, franchise tag. My man is not paid. He is still young. What is he? 25, 26. He still has a lot in the tank because they really haven't used him up to his potential as last year. So,
but see, when you got a bruiser running back like that,
yeah,
how long is your life expectancy right there with that?
Very
like,
true.
Let's see. The best ones I can give you is what Marion Barber over there in Dallas. You got Brandon Jacobs too.
Yeah,
those two running backs were just straight bulldozers, and look what happened. Their careers just got.
Do you remember what Earl told? Earl told Derrick Henry, you just got to go for the legs. And what did he say? He said, hey, you're going to lead block for me.
Yeah, basically.
So I think he still has a lot of juice in the tank.
He does.
So, and then they have A.J. Brown over there, the young stud. Dude, A.J. Brown came into his own, and
he definitely
crazy.
Surprised me.
Yeah.
He's a big surprise right there as a receiver. But like I said, that's a conversation for another day. Yeah. But he's...
Yeah. So, okay. I mean, I have Tannehill at that because this is going to be a second year inside of that play style. And, I mean, you could only get better. He got paid for a reason. It wasn't like a super exaggerated contract, but,
But at the end of the day, he just got paid. And what do players like to do when they get paid?
I don't think Tannehill would chill, though.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean,
mail it in one season.
Because
you've been getting your ass kicked left and right when you were in Miami.
Exactly. Then that's why I don't think
you just got paid.
I think Tannehill wants to win. He was so close last year.
He was close. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, all I'm saying is
are you ever gonna get through Patty Mahomes? No. Are you gonna get through Lamar Jackson? No.
All I'm saying is if Tyreek Hill goes down again, then yeah, you can actually.
We'll see about that.
Because Tyreek has actually been getting hurt more throughout these years. It's crazy. I don't know what it is.
What receiver's going to step up also over there in KC? That's another thing we never really talked about.
You want to know what pissed me off?
What they lost? Watkins.
Benjamin. Benjamin got a ring. He was in that KC team.
How the hell that dude get a freaking ring?
He got a ring, bro.
How did
he got a ring? And that's why I'm upset. I mean, I'm pissed off already.
You should have sent Fitzgerald over there to get a ring or something.
Yeah, the reason I know is because I play Madden. So then they came out with a golden ticket, and guess who it was? Benjamin. I was like, that's a lie. Benjamin was not in that team, and he was on that team.
He rode the bench to a chip.
He said, giddy up. No, seriously, he won a chip. Yeah.
Anyways.
So
my 8, forget that dude.
So
my 8 on this one now, not a lot of people are probably going to agree with me, but at the same time, he's always been very productive for me. Anytime I've seen him, I've actually had really good production out of him. This is where I put Matty Ice right here at number 8. You have great receiving core. I don't know how much more he got left in the tank. Also, along with that, you got Julio Jones. How much more does he got in the tank right there before he finally decides to be the number 2 and give up the reins to Calvin Ridley?
Yeah, that's true.
They just picked up also Todd Gurley, but then again with those knees right there as well.
Doesn't he have arthritis in his knees?
Yeah, exactly. How much longer are you gonna have over there? They got Edo Smith. He's a good back after that. Their backup to Gurley. But like I said, you got Calvin Ridley, you got Julio Jones right there. Those are great wide receivers right there.
Julio's gonna put up his numbers, man.
Julio's gonna do his thing. Yeah. But like I said, how much longer can you do it?
And that's what's disappointing.
And Matt Ryan, after you're 28-3, you've never been the same, brother.
He hasn't. He's let that hinder him.
That has definitely been your biggest haunt the whole time after that has happened. And if you don't let that ghost go, you're going to continue to just not produce as well as you did that year when you were the MVP.
Yeah,
you need to let that happen. Let it go. It needs to go. Let it go. Let it go. But yeah, how much longer do they have over there?
Honestly, I think if we're being realistic here, I think they only got 2 years left.
Exactly. That's
this year and next year. Because
the window's pretty much, in my opinion, that window's, if they don't do anything, that window's shut.
Honestly, I think after the Super Bowl, I think the window for the Falcons closed, and they need a reset. They needed to reset.
They need another quarterback,
and they taking forever to. I mean,
but then again, next year, you know who's coming? My boy Golden Arm. Sunshine. I'm so excited to see him coming out of over there.
I mean,
he needs to come out.
There's a lot of teams that could actually tank for him, and I wouldn't be mad if Atlanta decides to just go boom, blow it up.
Could.
You know, I mean, they really do have nothing to lose over there. I mean, we're talking about Matty Ice. I mean, he's not getting any younger.
Neither is Julio Jones.
Nah.
Calvin Ridley too. I mean,
no, that team is.
But
just
Calvin Ridley,
old,
Calvin Ridley is about to start going into his prime.
Yeah,
this is where he needs his quarterback right here to start now relying on him as the number one. And Julio needs to learn to take a back seat. But knowing Julio, he's not gonna want to take that back seat.
Oh no! Didn't he just get paid too?
Yeah.
So no. There's always that pride in anybody.
It's always that.
There's
always that pride.
Yeah. So
and you just gotta know when it's time to hang him up. You gotta hang him up. And to me, like I said, we're both in agreement right there. We got maybe 1-2 years tops.
2 years tops, definitely. After that, I mean, Matt Ryan. I mean, last year I had him as my backup in fantasy, and he was very inconsistent. Though
he was
very inconsistent. I mean, there was games where he balled out and he got like 25. But then there was games where he threw for like 6 picks. You know, I'm just like, bro.
That's over exaggerating, but I know what you mean.
No, I mean that's how I felt. You know, I'm like, am I watching Jameis Winston play or am I watching Matty Ice? Shots fired.
The 30 for 30 club, the only person that's part of it.
Jeez, bro, and the fact that he's confident that I mean, this is why you can't always rely on statistics because statistically speaking, Jameis is like top 10 quarterback of all time. So
Dude.
that's crazy. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just
whatever you're smoking, you need to pass that over because if that's the way that dude thinks.
Yeah, I mean I think it's called the W's.
Yeah, no,
it's over the counter stuff. You just gotta eat them all at once, man. You know it may get stuck on your teeth. It look like it, and, you know you gotta pick it out.
But yeah, no, Jameis Winston's the moment that guy thinks he's top greatest quarterback of all time. Damn, dude, you. You definitely need to look yourself in the mirror.
They got that good stuff out in Tampa. That's
all
I'm saying.
Or them crab legs must have been bomb, huh, buddy?
Yes. So, yes. And number 9, I have the GOAT, the legend, the man, Tom Brady. Yeesh. I mean, I don't like to admit it, but, you know, I'm taking Tom Brady at number 9 if he's available there. Just because, I mean, even, like, if we look at the stats from last year, he had 24 touchdowns, 8 interceptions with God knows who was over there. Like, only Julian.
Edelman.
Yeah, but he was
it.
Yeah, but he was out for, like, half of the season, too. Right?
That's it.
Yeah, he was.
Now you go in Tampa, and you got a great core.
Evans.
You got Evans. You got Goodwin.
Gronk.
You got You got the Juice. You got Ronald Jones over there in the backfield.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, the rookie from last year. He was undrafted, I think, right?
So this is the only probably instance where right here I do agree with you right there. Yeah. Tom Brady at number 9.
Yeah,
like I said,
and they drafted that tackle
at his age. He should not be producing these numbers. He should not be producing these at all. I don't know what's in that TB12, dude, but you got to pass that over to me too, Tommy.
Free sponsorship here. we need to get in touch with that.
Like I said, he just got put in the right system. Yeah. They had great receivers. Now you have a better than average quarterback who knows how to win, who knows how to be clutch. Can take you to the promised land.
Yeah, and he's gonna do enough. You know,
he'll always do enough.
He'll do enough. I mean, even though he's getting up there, and then once again, I mean, that New England team, the dynasty, was just dying out. You know, and
it was time for him to go.
And you could even run a single back with 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers. That's all they could do. They could either run the inside. They could run the stretched zone, and then once they get their running game going over there, especially with Tom Brady, he's going to pick you apart.
And that's exactly all that Tom Brady's done his whole career.
Yeah.
Picks you apart left and right. It does not matter where it is. But like I said, this is where also a lot of people were saying that the debate is whether it's the quarterback, the player, or it's the system.
I think it's both.
Is it the system? And this is where it's like
he's gonna. I mean, even
he's gonna adapt.
I mean, even then. I mean,
can he adapt to Arian's system?
Yeah.
Especially with not being to have OTAs or anything like that. I mean, he's having private workouts with his wide receivers and all that.
But it's not the same.
It's not the same.
No. I mean, it's debatable once again because he is getting up there, so he will always have that to fall back on, his age. But it doesn't look like he's slowing down, man. I mean, people from Boston, they say that when you watch Tom Brady in the last couple of years play, it was boring football. That means he was very technician. Fundamental.
Wins.
Exactly. So
that's what a lot of people forget.
Yeah. So
fundamentals always win.
So I don't expect like Tampa to be like this high scoring Peyton Manning when he was with Denver offense, but he's gonna do enough, I think, where he's gonna rack up those 20 points.
And this is where I probably disagree a little bit with you because with those receivers, a lot of people are expecting now high octane. They're expecting a lot more out of Mike Evans. You're gonna expect a lot more from Goodwin. You're gonna expect Gronk to produce exactly the way he was when he was in New England.
No, I think it's going to take time for Gronk.
I think he's lost maybe a step or two since he stepped away from the game for a little bit.
His frame will help him definitely. Yeah. That's what they have in Tampa. They have frame, bro.
Yeah.
Almost all the receivers are 6 foot and above. Even the running back isn't he like 5'8"? So he's like a little bulldozer, you know?
So they do, like I said, they're all pretty big. They all can catch up there. Mm-hmm. And it's just, you got now, like I said, an above average quarterback with great receiving core.
Mm-hmm. Not elite anymore, but above average.
Yeah. So it's now the debate. Now this is where everybody's always been talking about, and this is where this is probably the conclusion of that whole debate. Was it the system, or is it the player?
I mean, if Tom Brady gets to the playoffs,
they will know.
We'll know. Yeah.
But then again, a lot of people are going to be salty, be like, "Well, he had a great receiving core, blah blah that." Yeah, but that's a debate for another day, like I said.
Yeah, I mean, even then, if New England does the same number as Tampa, what would you say? I would say it's both of them. It's like a marriage. It just worked.
But see, here's the thing. In my honest opinion, I don't see New England producing like they were.
Yeah,
I don't.
No, it's true.
I see them as a 7-9 team.
Belichick just has to spend, bro. Belichick just has to put up already, man. Yeah, like you've held on to that pocket for too long, and it's worked for a very long time.
Well, don't get it wrong. Here's the thing: when Belichick wanted to pull the trigger on getting rid of Tom Brady, they actually did have a good quarterback to back him up in Garoppolo.
Dude,
that was Kraft's call. So now this is basically, to me, it's like, Kraft, you made this call. This is what we're going to make.
Yeah, I think New England.
Chicken salad, or you know what?
I think it's going to take them maybe Belichick, knowing Belichick's going to take them like 2-3 years. And then they'll be on the slightly upcoming again.
But then again, Belichick, what is he? 8 chips, 8 rings.
Yeah, I mean, I think Belichick is almost done.
What more you got to prove?
I think
you did your thing.
Yeah, Belichick. I think he's just gonna set up for the next reign. After that, I mean, he's getting up there. He's literally a ghost that haunts Darnold, Matty Ice. You look at him at the sideline. But anyways, so
finishing off our top 10.
I mean, this is just me. You could go a lot with the top 10. I mean, with number 10. But I'm just going to go with Drew Brees.
And this is another one where I'm surprised you actually went Drew Brees on number 10. Mm-hmm. I'm going to agree with you on this one, too.
Yeah.
Drew Brees at the 10.
Yeah.
He
did amazing. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Looking at his stats, 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. His longest his longest touchdown was 61 yards.
He still got an arm. Mm-hmm. He's still got that gunslinger mentality. He has Michael Thomas over there. Mm-hmm. And what else does he got over there? Let me look at my paperwork.
Doesn't they have another
guy they just went and got Emmanuel Sanders too. They got Emmanuel. Emmanuel Sanders is a veteran number 2 receiver. Mm-hmm. He's gonna do enough, nothing more than is asked out of him.
Oh yeah.
Michael Thomas will go above and beyond. You got Jared Cook as your tight end because you used to rely on Jimmy Graham as your safety blanket. Jared Cook ain't no Jimmy Graham, but he's the decent tight end. He'll catch for you. He'll ball for you. And then you got Kamara out of the backfield.
Hopefully, he didn't do horrible last year, but I think it's the crazy workouts.
It's not that, like I said. It's just he cost me a fantasy chip or a fantasy league. I had him held so high, and for him not to produce as well, like I said, maybe because Breeze was hurt or whatnot or whatever the case is, or who knows what could have gone over there. There's a lot of variables that could have happened, but then again, like I said, new season. They added an extra wide receiver, a veteran wide receiver that knows what's up.
Yeah.
Like I said, they got Michael Thomas is going to lead that no matter what. And so they'll go from there.
Yeah. And like I said, he was out for 12 games. And he wasn't out. I'm sorry. He was in for 12 games. He was out for 4. And then he was averaging 20 points fantasy.
Drew Brees, like I said,
so you can't go wrong with
Drew Brees is a gunslinger. He definitely will have that mentality. Just keep firing away. He just wants to get paid. And at his age, I think he's trying to keep pace with Tom Brady, but at the same time, like, you can't. It's just you have the record for most touchdowns or more passes or whatever one of the two records that he has. Mm-hmm. But regardless of the case, he's going to keep the same mentality. He's going to keep slinging the ball. He's going to throw that to Michael Thomas all day, every day, and twice on Sundays.
Yeah. And, his, throwing in the end routes, it's deadly, bro. If you've noticed, Drew didn't look like he slowed down whatsoever last year.
He didn't. He just got father time's catching up to him. And
yeah, I think this is honestly his last year.
Is this his last hurrah? You think so?
He could have another one, but he's had a good career. He has a chip. He has a couple records.
What makes you think in mid-season?
He's
you don't say anything. Say, you know what? Let's switch up to Taysom. Or Jameis. Even though I prefer Taysom over him.
Honestly, I think it would come down to a shiesty move by the medical team. So that's been done before. You know.
Has.
It's really been done before.
Has.
So I wouldn't be surprised if the shiestiness comes in and they say Breeze is out for 2 games. And then they say 3 games. And they
just write the hot hand.
Yeah. And then because even.
But this is just us speculating.
Yes, it's all speculation.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be mad. I if you have a third spot available for quarterback in your league, maybe pick up Winston. Maybe pick up Hill. Maybe. Because Teddy tore it up, and he was playing safe. He was playing systematic.
Or pick up Teddy.
Yeah. Teddy's going to be free to do whatever he wants. But once again, they're under new coaching staff out there. I don't even know if they know what they're doing out in Carolina.
Just give the ball to McCaffrey.
Just give
the ball to McCaffrey.
Give it to him.
Just let that little white boy do whatever he wants to do. Let him run crazy.
Right.
Go ahead. Go on with your bad self. Run CMC. I see you, kid.
Right. So I think we've covered our top 10 quarterbacks. After that, it's kind of, take a gamble.
You gotta start taking a step.
Yeah.
You got Garoppolo out there.
I would take Garoppolo at 11.
You got Garoppolo. You got Phillip Rivers still out there.
Stay away from Carson Wentz.
That is one thing
away from him.
That we're gonna agree.
From him. Stay away from him. I would take Baker Mayfield over Wentz right now.
Especially with that left tackle just going down.
No, they lost their left tackle, Peters, to free agency. They didn't want him back. I would have brought him back as a backup.
Hell yeah.
And then they lost their left guard, 3-time Pro Bowler, to an Achilles injury, out for the season. And
damn shame.
They don't have St. Nick as the backup.
Not really. I'm glad that happened over there in Philadelphia. Yeah, okay. I'm glad that happened to you guys.
So
you guys going to learn over there.
Dang, man. Don't mess with St. Nick, bro. Don't mess with St. Nick, bro.
Man, St. Nick's in Chicago. He ain't going to do much.
You
guys have Rodgers to worry about.
Hey, someone wants to take Rudolph? I can't believe that boy is still in the league, man. So Cheeseburger's coming back. He's the most unmotivated guy I know, though. He'll be really good for one game. Then the next game he's like,
That dude, I don't even know why he's coming back. He's got him beat up so bad.
Oh yeah,
his whole career.
Yeah,
but that dude can take a licking. I'll give you that. That dude can take punishment.
You know, before we wrap this up, I gotta say, man, why they gotta disrespect my boy Jacoby Brissett?
Well, they disrespected him once they got Phillip Rivers, and they figured, someone of Phillip's caliber.
They wanted a duck. They wanted someone who throws ducks. So,
we'll see how that goes.
Also, Gardner Minshew, you can't go wrong with him. He didn't
stash.
Yeah, he didn't get
and
sacked
now he's
gonna be
Now he's gonna be starting. That's why.
So, I mean, if you guys have a very deep league, these is, you could go for Garoppolo, you could go for Minshew, and then Baker. Carr's gonna do his thing. Daniel Jones. I mean, Danny Dimes. He was good for a bit. So who knows with the new system?
We'll see about that.
After that, I mean, you just go into the average quarterbacks. Once you fall out to the top 8, bro. If we're being honest, I mean, after Breeze and Tom, bro, you just kind of go to average quarterbacks.
And that's where, like I said, this is where I like to play keep away. Mm-hmm. You find my strategy's always been 2 top quarterbacks, then just play keep away. Mm-hmm. Or
hold one of these for if they want to trade.
Hold one of them for a trade. Because believe me, somebody will be calling.
I think I would honestly like the sneaker, like to be sneaky, get Garoppolo.
Garoppolo's good.
Garoppolo, hold them on. You could get a little sleeper. And that's what we're going to be doing as our podcast goes on. Right now, we're talking, a lot about if you guys are about to have your draft. These are
trying to get prepped up and ready for your guys' draft coming up in August, September, whenever it happens.
We get you guys thinking, get that hamster rolling. But we'll eventually, we're also going to do like teams, like who we would pick for certain games, and then we're also looking into probably doing weekly fantasy.
Yep.
To help out guys out there who go on apps, and do it by the week. So, every week it's going to change. But we thank you guys once again for
thank you guys for listening to us. Hey, just keep up the love, man. We appreciate all the love from you guys.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't thank you guys enough. But yeah, if you guys can share this podcast eventually.
Drop a comment. Let us know what you guys think. Mm-hmm. Let us know how you guys feel. If there's anything that we missed or anything like that, drop your comments right there. We definitely appreciate it, man. We'll take it all into consideration.
Exactly. And right now, as the recording of this podcast, we're about to set up a YouTube channel and then an IG. So we'll probably talk about that in our third episode. I don't know. What are we doing for a third? Tight ends or wide receiver?
No. Third one would be more... Let's do wide receivers.
Let's
go wide receiver first. Yeah. Let's keep it up like it is. Wide receiver, then we'll go tight end, and then so on and so forth.
So stay tuned for that one. We're going to do wide receivers next. I mean, you see we get into detail already with some wide receivers.
Yeah.
So we're going to look for those diamonds in the rough, right?
We'll definitely find you guys a diamond in the rough. Yeah. Best believe that. Yeah. We'll find you one.
There's going to be that one. And then
I'll find you one.
And then we're going to be known for that
I'll find you that one. We will find you that one. And then you can thank us when you win that chip.
Right? All right, so thank you guys once again for tuning in on F and Dudes.
Your boy Champ,
your
boy Ink. We'll see you guys soon.
Peace.